Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are cutting the noise and going straight into the logical reasoning question from 2025 IMAT paper. Specifically question 5 through 9. These questions are not about just reading comprehension. They are about mechanics. If you know the rules, you get the points. Simple as that. Let's dive into that. So let's see the fifth question. Consider this statement. The number 2 is a prime number. Which of the following statement is deducible from the given statement? So what can we deduce from the fact that is being given here? So this question is simply a logical trap. Like if you try to read all those answers, your brain wants to say 1 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number. All this thinking will come. But please stop your brain. Just think the number 2 is a prime number. This is the only fact is given. Because these questions are logic. It's not checking what you know, whether you know about the prime number, whether you know about other prime numbers and that realities and stuff. No, they are not asking about that. This question is pure logic. When you're solving these questions, forget about the truth and the information that you have. The only fact which is given is the number 2 is a prime number. That is the only truth you know. If I show you an apple, the only apple that you know is this apple which I am solving. You don't know about any other apple. So this is the reality that you have. So your deduction, you have to deduce something based on the truth fact which is provided to you, not about the truth that you know. So that is the trap in the logical reasoning questions. So if I have one prime number, I can prove the number 2 is a prime number. They are saying the number 2 is a prime number. That is the only truth that you know from this standpoint. So the only answer, at least one prime number exists, because that is the only truth you know. In logic, if I show you one example of something, if I show you some examples, if I show you one example of something exists, the only proof you have is that at least one exists. The only proof that you have is at least one thing is existing. That's the only truth you know. So at least one prime number exists. That's the only conclusion that you can come from here. And the next one, from the given statements, if today is Saturday, then I am a philosopher. I am not a philosopher. Which conclusion can be deduced? Again, for this also, don't overcomplicate and don't overthink. This is for this you can use the arrow rule. In mathematics, we use some rule called arrow rule. If A true, the B also true. If B is not a truth, then A is also not a truth. So let's try to understand. You imagine an arrow going from Saturday to philosopher, which means if today is Saturday, then I am a philosopher. Then the counter argument, if I am not a philosopher, if the second part is false, then the arrow snaps and destroys the first part. Since I am not a philosopher, it cannot be Saturday. Simple as that. So today is not Saturday. So you don't want to overthink, and straight away you can go to the answer, because the fact which is given and you have to deduce based on the fact that is being given. You don't want to think about any other complications. Simple as that. Next question. Alberto, Beatrice, Carlo and Daniela dining at the same square table, each seated on one side of the table. Alberto is seated to the left of the Beatrice, but not to the right of the Carlo. Which of the following statement can be deduced? It's very simple. Again, see this square. So we sketch this square. This is a simple seating arrangement question. Now let me put the Beatrice at the bottom. The rule 1 says Alberto is to our left. So this is the right side, is the left side, so obviously here the alberto should be there. Now the Carlo, the rule says alberto is not to the right of Carlo. So if I put the Carlo here, alberto would be right. So you can't put the Carlo at the top. So the only remaining is Daniela. So Daniela should be at the top and the Carlo should be in the remaining seating. So that leaves the Daniela at the top. So if you check the answer, Daniela is seated to the right of Carlo. So simply that's the answer. You won't take much time to solve this question. Simply try to visualize it, simply try to sketch it, and you can simply go for the answer. So whenever you are doing this kind of a logical reasoning, mathematics and physics question, make sure that you simply sketch these ideas and try to come to a conclusion. Simple as that. While you sketch these, whenever you are doing the physics questions, mathematics questions, and then mechanics related questions or these logical reasoning questions, when you are trying to sketch and visualize it, you don't want to repeatedly read the question again. If you repeatedly reading the question and if you can't grasp it properly, you're wasting the time and you are wasting a lot of time on that specific question. So simply sketch and visualize, and that will help you to save the time, and it helps you to visualize properly so you can think and come to the conclusion very quickly. Now let's go to the next question. 3 pills, blue color, red color, green color. They are each placed individually inside 3 boxes. The boxes also blue color, red color, green color, but they are saying 2 rules, which is no pill is inside the box of its own color, which means red cannot be in the red box, blue cannot be in the blue box, green cannot be in the green box. It's a first rule. And the second rule, the blue pill is not in the green box. So this is your pickier pill. The blue cannot be in the green box, so you can start from this. That's the idea to solve it very quickly. So blue, obviously it is the pickiest one, it cannot be in the green box. And also we know, according to the mismatch rule, the first rule, blue cannot be in the blue box as well. So the only remaining is red box, so blue should be placed in the red box. Okay, so that's very simple to think. Now look at the green box. If I think about the green box, it needs a pill. It cannot have a green pill, and also it cannot have a blue pill because blue pill already placed in the red box. So the remaining one is red, so red should be placed in the green box. So the remaining is there is a blue box and green can be placed in the blue box. So if you check this, both the rules have been fulfilled. So answer, you can go to the answer very simply. So it's a very simple question. I mean, when you're trying to solve this, it's a very simple question. Green pill is in the blue box, the red pill is in the green box, the blue pill is in the red box. Simple as that. Next question. At this moment, an analog clock means there are these hands which is rotating. I guess you know the difference between the digitals and the analog. Digital, you will be having the numbers and it will straight away indicate the numbers, but the analog, you will be having this hand which is rotating. This showing exactly 3 p.m. After the minute hand has completed 1.75 full rotations from its current position, what time will the clock indicate? So what is the time the clock gonna indicate after this minute hand has been rotated 1.75 full rotations? So in this question, don't visualize the clock spinning, just do the math. You know 1.75 rotation, one rotation is 1 hour, and then 0.75 rotation, which is 45 minutes. So this is 1 hour 45 minutes later. Now 3 p.m. then next time, so after 1 hour 45 minutes, it's 4:45. So that easy, these questions, these logical reasoning questions and all, very simple, and you are not just doing the guessing game, and you know what you are doing, and logically you are reasoning and you are getting the answers. So you you are not answering anything with the dilemma, because if you have answered with dilemma, you have to check it again, so you'll be wasting the time. So when these kind of a competitive exam, your time management skill is very important. So these questions are very easy, you just have to practice in such a way. Remember, when you are doing the logical reasoning questions, you have to use the logic. Forget about the truth that you know, use the logic here. You know the fact, that is, you might know the lot of fact in your brain, you have a lot of information, but you have to process the information, the fact which is given, which is asked by the questioner. Based on that, you have to apply the logic, you have to apply the mechanics, and you have to get the answer. So that's about these logical reasoning questions. So far we have finished most of the IMAT questions from the 2025 paper, and here I'll be starting a new playlist on IMAT math and also the math for the competitive exams, and physics for the competitive exams, and the logical reasoning as well. And then in the IMAT post, in this channel, I will be posting some daily. I will be posting some quiz questions, and you can solve and answer your. You can write your answers in the comment section. And in the shorts, I will be explaining those quizzes, and you can go over that. And if you find this video useful and helpful, please subscribe and support this channel to place and to post a lot of these kind of useful contents. And we will meet on a next video. Until then, take care.